do not know where you're coming from, you definitely will not know where you're going to.
Actress and resilient entrepreneur Princess Vanessa Brown-Ajise turned her struggle with hair loss into a mission. With natural remedies, she coaches and empowers African women to embrace their natural beauty while navigating Nigeria's tough business landscape. Join us for a conversation on awareness, heritage, and self-love.
Off camera, when we had the long, exciting conversation, I just felt that energy of like, you really love what you do, not just for the business sake, but personally, you want to enhance people's life. Then I'm asking myself, like, how did you get into this? You know, what was it that prompted you to like think, okay, I want to start some healing herbs? Where do I start from? Firstly, I come from a line of female herbal healers. Okay. You know, so I think the gift was already there. But you know, when you have something, and you're just not interested in pursuing that line, the universe has a way of reminding you, like, you know what, this is why you're here. So what happened? I started losing my hair. Okay. I went completely bald. I had alopecia, and I started looking out for solutions out there. I couldn't get it. You know why? The solution was right in me. Okay. You know, so I searched and I was told that the only solution was hair transplant with a but. Expensive, with a but. It's not 100% guaranteed that it's just going to work. So I was like, what do I do? For some strange reasons, so like, I started going back to when I was growing up. What my mother and grandmother used to do, how they used to take care of our hair, even our skin. I know everything that was like very natural. We used to get our cream then from my paternal grandmother, and then we get our soap from my mother's mother, that was my grandmother. So I just went like, this was what she was using there. She used to make our oil from scratch. You understand? So let me try this. So I started putting things together, and I began to see results. You know, and then of course I did a bit of research, and then there was a salon I was using then. Hair, etc. So really, and then I will cook up all these things like food, because the things we use are things you can eat. The herbs we use, the herbs and spices. And then I'll bring this thing. She'll be like, this hair is enjoying. This hair is really enjoying. I'm like, well, set up with this. But there was no hair. Because the middle was completely gone and the front was like, I think it started from somewhere there, you know. So just continue. I started seeing. So for some strange reasons, I started taking pictures. I had no clue I was going to start a business, honestly. I was just like, take pictures of the hair and like, when. And so when people started saying a bit of result, what are you doing? Something is different. And then I'll go like, do this, do this, do this. After a while, they'll come back and tell me, it's working. I'm like, okay. Then someone went like, I think I got a slap from the universe. Like, are you crazy? This is a business. Stop giving away what you're doing. Use it to help, to reach out to more people. So that was how we started. But I was looking for solution for yourself, which I couldn't. I searched, because most of the products out there, they're full of chemicals. People don't read labels. When you pick up those labels, there's some things you couldn't understand.
Some things you can't understand.
You don't even understand, but I don't want you to call the chemicals are hard. You shouldn't be on anybody's scalp, hair, or skin.
Okay,
So I tell people, when you can't read it, or pronounce it.
Yeah, when
Just
you can't
run away.
pronounce it.
Just run away from
Run
it.
away. So today, for someone listening that has not heard about bio-ayurvedic, has not heard about your work, your product, the things you do, or is just new to this conversation, like, why should they stay till the end? What's like the message that you think that you want to give them?
Okay. Firstly, I am very passionate about people.
Okay.
Helping people. It's all about the money. It's about the person. You understand? So we're different. We're not just out to, oh, this is a business, come and buy our product. We're not selling products. We are selling confidence. Because as a woman or as a person, when you lose your hair, it affects you in ways, unimaginable ways. You can't think straight because you're always, okay, I'm going out, what do I use? What cover, what wig, what do I do? But when your hair is healthy, this boost, like, you understand? I've got it and I don't need to cover. If you need to cover, it's just because you want to, not because you're trying to hide something.
So it affects, like, unhealthy hair affects our self-esteem, our confidence.
Yes. So, but you need to love your hair and scalp. You need to love yourself to the extent. And you know what? I have to take care of my hair. People don't take care of their hair.
Yeah, why do you think people lose their hair? Why do you think there's hair loss in the first place?
It's chemicals, lifestyle. Chemicals and your lifestyle.
Yes. Yeah. So, and what about, like, the pollution in the environment? Does that affect?
It does.
Because we're exposed to it, like,
a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. Literally from the inside.
Oh, so what you take in
also matters, yes. Also matters.
Why?
Diet matters. Because blood is life. Right? Blood is life. And the nutrients you're trying to get to your hair works with your blood. So if you don't feed your blood, you don't have enough. The body will be stressed because they were fighting for the nutrients. So the hair and scalp is usually forgotten.
Okay. Yeah.
And women go through a lot. When a woman is stressed, her hair starts falling out.
Yeah.
She starts losing hair gradually. And then you go over, you put relaxer on your hair. And you put those chemicals, you're taking those things. Then in the long run, your system gradually starts shutting down. And you do not know what's going on.
Yeah, but I think sometimes most of us are not aware that, like, what we put, like the relaxer now you put on your hair and the things we put on the outside of our body actually goes into our body. So I think that awareness, first of all, is important. Then, if you look around the world, the global space, because we are now so connected in terms of consuming, seeing other cultures, and it's very Eurocentric. It's very, like, most of the standards are like white driven, so you have to look like, if you want to look like a beautiful person, you have to be light, you have to have, like, coily hair, fluffy, long hair, straight hair, and all this, right? So the Afrocentric look is still in the struggle to become like, okay, this is also a standard of beauty. So why do you think we even have that? Why do you think there is this crave to become someone else?
So when a child is growing up, and the first thing she sees is Barbie doll.
Oh God, yes! Oh yes, I remember.
She sees Barbie
I'm glad
doll.
I didn't even have a Barbie.
She sees Barbie doll with that hair.
With her waist, the waist, it's like this. Which human being? Yeah, and the leg is like, oh my God,
so straight and thin.
I'm telling you, and she wears high heels all the time. Yeah,
and she's got flat buttocks.
Yes,
a child is already taught at that age to begin to hate herself.
Because she doesn't look like she will
doesn't
not
look like what the world is
The
showing to
ideal.
her, the ideal world.
Yeah.
And then she asks for a doll. Her parents get her a live Barbie. And she sees herself as that Barbie. If she was a dark-skinned child, when she grows up, she's going to bleach.
Oh.
When she grows up, she's going to want to perm her hair, relax her hair, to make it look like Barbie's hair. And when that is not enough, she's going to buy Barbie wigs.
Yeah.
She's going to invest money on wigs, like, because she wants. That was what was sold to her as a child.
Yeah.
So, getting into adulthood, she now has her own kids. What do you think she'll be teaching her kids? Because she doesn't even need to teach her kids. Her kids are watching her.
Okay.
So you see, the cycle continues. And the education system as well is based on European standards.
Yeah. But
We don't have
curriculum that was during the colonial times. Actually,
we don't have our history. No, they've even taken off history.
It's still out of.
I don't know.
I don't even know. Is it still? Do they still teach history? They teach it now. They brought it back, right? When did they bring it back? Yeah. So there was a moment in Nigeria that history was taken out of the curriculum.
What do you think gave that order?
I don't know, but there are rumors.
Who do you think gave that order?
I have no idea.
You know what? If you do not know where you're coming from, you definitely will not know where you're going to.
Yeah, and you have an identity.
You don't have an identity. You can't chart that part. You
will not think you're great because there's nobody before you that you can reference.
Yeah. Our ancestors, let me put it that way.
Yeah.
They needed to survive. So they had to pick up or set cultures that they don't align with their ancestral lines. Religion played a major role in that. You know, religion was opposed, whatever religion.
Yeah.
That is not based on African spirituality because we have our own. Ours is based on spirituality, not on religion. That is why you see in the world today, you have religious people but not godly people.
What is the difference?
The difference is they preach what they can never practice.
Okay.
And they impose that on you. A pastor could come up and say, my God told me. Like in Christendom, you know the different gods for different pastors. You've heard that?
I've not. But
you should.
Yeah.
There's a God of, I'm not going to mention names. There's a God of this church. The pastor is a Jew. They use the pastor's name.
Yeah.
Let's say Mr. Okoro.
Yeah.
Mr. Adebayo.
Yeah.
Mr.
James or something.
So
like
you
that.
hear the members saying, God of my father Okoro.
Oh, really?
God of my father Okonkwo. God of that is it. God of this. God of that. We don't have that in spirituality.
Well, sometimes I feel like we've lost the access to African spirituality. Because if you look at the history right now, Nigeria was formed based on different kingdoms, empires merged together. Forced together, actually, not even merged, and disrespecting the spiritual lineage and cultures and heritage. So then 1960 came, there was independence. So most of our parents, they were really living as adults then in that era. And there's always often this crave to even try to do more than the oppressor. So that the oppressor recognizes you.
They want to be like the
oppressor.
They want to please their
exactly. So there is also then this urge to push back everything in Africa.
Yes.
And teach the children.
Yes.
Exactly.
So that is it.
Yeah.
So if your parents are like that, why would your parents teach you about keeping a natural hair?
Oh yeah,
I can remember Princess, my late mom, she didn't want me to relax on my hair. You know, and I was wondering, everybody, my friends, this one. We know her well, she never liked it, but she never wanted it. She had her reasons, but then as a child, I didn't understand why.
Yeah. But how do we connect back to our roots?
If you're willing to connect back, you will connect back.
Okay.
So it has to come from a point of being awakened. If you're asleep, there is nothing I can do for you. We're just going to keep arguing, and I do not have the energy for that because you're asleep. So when people are asleep, we let them sleep. When it is time, the universe will wake them up.
Okay.
You don't even have to do much.
Yeah.
But right now, a lot of people are asleep. So for those that are awake, kudos.
Yeah.
Yeah, but don't force anybody to wake up. You're gonna drain yourself.
Wow. Because you use very natural products that are around you. You can say one can eat it, and this is also based on intergenerational knowledge, right? But you're still in this Nigerian ecosystem. If you go to like a shop, you will see all the chemicals lined up. They have the money, the bigger brands, they have maybe affiliations to international brands, so the capital reported for big marketing, distribution channels and everything. So if a customer today even wants to try, and they don't have, people working 9 to 5, for example, they don't have so much time. They're just going to shop, they will have to pick those things filled with chemicals. But you are like, I'm still going to enter this market. Right? So how's it been? What has been like the challenges you are seeing within the Nigerian ecosystem? And how can any of them be solved at all?
Okay. Firstly, we're not in competition with anybody. Because when you are trying to introduce yourself, and you come from the angle like, this is the person I'm looking, this person I'm trying to beat. You failed already. We're focused on helping, treating people, helping them get back their confidence, for them to be, get to the point of loving their hair enough to want to showcase it and not to hide it. It starts on the scalp, because what you don't know, your scalp is like a sponge.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a skin. It's a sponge. Whatever you put in gets absorbed into your system. Yes. And that is why we cannot use chemicals. We don't use perfumes. We don't use seed oil, like a range of those vegetable oils. If it's not castor oil, coconut oil, olive oil, avocado oil, we don't want it. So we don't use perfumes because those perfumes are harsh. If you doubt me, get your perfume, spray it on your scalp. After a while, you start having a headache.
Oh wow! So some of the things we feel internally,
you start having
dizziness, headache, fatigue, and all this could actually come from the products we use.
You start having headache.
If you go back to some centuries ago, people, our ancestors, they existed in the same space, maybe less toxic space, but they still took care of themselves. So that means we were already created with all the solutions, medicinal solutions around us in form of herbs, plants, So how do I understand that colonialization and slavery did not allow us to develop this into resources that we can now pass on as access to our children. But how do we today, despite, because we want to reclaim ownership. So how do we start learning these things?
Are you sure we're ready to reclaim ownership? That's the first question.
Very mind. Yeah.
Are you absolutely sure? Because you could be on that page.
Yeah.
Even from within your family.
Yes.
Let's even start from that small unit.
That unit.
You could be on the page of like, I'm an African, we have to do this, we have to support only African businesses so African can grow and we keep our resources. And you can have your brother and sister. What are you talking about? That's hard work. It's hard work.
It's hard work, yeah.
It's hard work. And there's so many forces that are ready to fight you. People don't have the energy for that. It's always the easy way out. So if I promote, for instance, foreign, whatever, I'm not going to have the stress. They're even going to give me money. People are paid to destroy their own people. Do you know that? Yeah. People, you could, if I want to harm you, right? I'm a stranger. I cannot harm you.
Oh, that's true.
The only way I can harm you is to get somebody from within your space, within your community, within your country.
Understands how to access.
Yes, and then I will just bribe the person to get you. I don't need to do anything. That's why no stranger can harm you. I always say one thing. The real enemies of Africa are Africans. You don't have any enemy outside. Because you will say, oh, the West did this, the West did that. They cannot work without cooperation from your people.
That's true.
Look at GMO today. How did GMO find a way to Nigeria?
Yes, we don't. Yeah, that's true.
And it is approved by your rulers. They can't just come into the country and say, we're imposing GMO. They have to get people I call useful idiots. And then to do their bidding. And then you have what you're not supposed to be having, what you should be fighting about. Because when you're in a leadership position, it's a calling. But most people were not called, they call themselves. And when you call yourself, you're going to hurt people. Because you're in need for a selfish reason. But when you're called as a leader, you'll be passionate about people. You're passionate about people you're supposed to be taken care of. You're passionate about your country. You're passionate about your state, your community. You want the best. But when you call yourself, it's all about what do I get? What do I do? What do I do? It's all about me, me, me. And you do not care who gets hurt while you're trying to, do you.
Yeah.
So you see, that's the problem. The answer again, are Africans really ready to take back Africa? We don't.
So we're left with.
Because it's easy to point your finger like, this is a problem. But I always tell people one thing. Start with you. Like women, we do coaching as well. Women I counsel, I tell them, you can't change anything. But when you change, people outside will see that change and then adjust accordingly. You haven't said anything today. You only just worked on yourself.
Oh, so self-work is...
Yes. So start with yourself.
But what does that actually mean? Work on oneself, self-work. We always hear it now around.
Okay, for instance, let me put it in a place from a relationship.
Yeah.
So it could be with friends, it could be with family, it could be with a partner. If you started out with someone and you're always like a people pleaser, you compromise, and then it's just like people who compromise to get into a relationship.
Yeah.
They know this thing is not sustainable. Okay, let me just do it now. If he gets in, he will change. She will change. And you get in after a while, you can't take it anymore. Well, this is how you've told this person you're comfortable.
You've accepted.
You can manage.
Okay.
Yeah, I love you so you can manage. And suddenly you cannot manage anymore. Why? Why should I do better when you saw those things before you got into this relationship with me? So this is where self-work comes in. You start creating boundaries. You've tried, you've taught, and you've appealed, you've cried. No, that's gonna work. to create healthy boundaries.
Do you face challenges in this ecosystem in Nigeria to start a business? Like if there's someone who wants to start a business today, what would you advise the person to do, not to do?
Firstly, you need to stay focused.
Okay.
And you need to be really determined to say this is what you want. There's so many things going to discourage you. So many the system doesn't support beginners at all. So many things will discourage you. Funds will discourage you. Access to funds will discourage you because you've got this passion, you want to do this, but you don't have the funds to bring it to life.
Yeah.
It's frustrating.
That's true.
You understand? Because you're losing time.
Okay.
You're losing time and all that, If you could just get a source of coming.
Yeah.
So, but what I have realized over time is this: when you want something and you stay focused enough and you believe you're gonna make that happen, you need to believe there's an aspect of faith.
Yes.
Because if you do not believe in what you want to do, I can get you to believe in me. You see, it's energy that I'm transmitting, like, this is what I want. I believe in this. That will get to you. Like this person. You can make it. I trust you. I heard people telling me that. So I know.
So you have to really believe in yourself first to be able to.
Yeah, because we just we just expanded a bit, we just got like a factory. So when I tell people like, we'll expand there, we'll probably start exporting. So what I hear, like, I trust you. I believe you. You like the thing. It's you now. I know. Come back to me. You know the thing.
Yeah.
Because the energy, I wouldn't know that I was doing that or that they were feeling that.
Yeah.
I was just being myself.
Yeah.
You understand? But they felt it. Everything is about
frequency
and energy, so you could come into this room without even saying anything, like, really.
Yeah. So do you use that energy in creating? How do you use that?
Inspiration.
In creating your products. Yeah.
It's inspiration. Like I told you, it's already a gift. It's in my lineage, right? And since I wasn't interested in pursuing it because I just want to do showbiz, because this is a lot. You need to love people, and it's difficult loving people who don't love themselves.
Okay.
It's difficult because you're harming yourself. You can't be using this.
Yeah.
You insist on using it. And I'm here creating something that is beneficial for you. And you rather go to the gutters to pick up what is going to harm you. You see? So, and I think, like back to the question you asked, you just need to stay focused and believe. And the universe will find a way to bring the right people to you that will help you manifest that which you desire.
So we have like a routine that we want to learn. We're looking for routines that can help. Like a 1 week. What would be like a 1 week care routine for you?
Okay. I'm going to start with 3 things.
Okay.
I'll say moisturize, hydrate, and pamper. So moisturize, meaning oils. Hydrate, maybe water or conditioners with water. And then I'll say pamper, your hairstyle, right? Your diet. And also one important thing, what makes your hair? Not everybody should have access to your hair because your hair is part of your life, carries life on its own, And that is why you see African hair, they grow like towards the sun. You've noticed that?
Yes.
So that's how my hair comes like Afro big. It's always going towards the sun. is not just for no reason. It's life. So life attracts life. You know, so not everybody should have access to your hair. Not everybody should be touching your hair.
Yes, it's so awful in Europe. Like they see a hair, they want to like touch.
So it's everywhere. Even me. And when I tell her this is my hair, are you sure gonna see it? Like, no.
Yeah.
It's my hair. Take it a little bit.
Yeah.
Just don't touch it. Apart from being disrespectful.
Yeah.
I am from a royal family. We don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, right from like being a child, my mom will tell me, don't allow people just touch your hair. So that's until now, the person I have, one person at a time that has access to my hair.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Not just I just can't go like who's gonna make my hair cut. No. If it's one person, I could use that one person for years. Same thing with my nails.
Yeah.
Right? So those things that are really personal, you should be intentional.
Yeah.
You need to be intentional, of course, and you need to feed your system as well. The food you eat. If you're trying to grow your hair, you should look out for food and things that, you know, goes with, you know, hair health and all that. If you're trying to lose weight, the same thing. If you're trying to glow up your skin, the same thing.
Before we go to the closing question, I'd love to know if there is something that's on your mind, no matter what aspects that we've not talked about, that you'd love to talk about.
I'll love to ask people to be intentional.
Okay.
You know, love yourself. That's deep. Love yourself, and some people are ignorant, but the thing is that they don't know they're ignorant. How do you help someone who is ignorant? Just like as a case of ignorance is bliss, what I don't know cannot kill me. So they are missing out on certain things, but they don't even know.
Yeah.
They're missing out on that. How do you help such people?
Exactly.
You know, so you just have to let them know. To such people are like, you do not know you're ignorant. And since you're wallowing in your blissful world of ignorance, keep an open mind. Like, try to listen more and learn. They're gonna say, I don't think I really need this, and but you're seeing them like, if you continue.
So should you not just leave that person?
Well, like I said, you can always. I'm telling them to keep an open mind. I'm not saying I'm forcing them to whatever, because they're ignorant. You can't really help them, and
they don't know what they're missing.
They don't know what they're missing out on. So I'm just telling them to keep an open mind, like probably hear something instead of arguing or just being so closed off.
Yeah. So open-mindedness to
open new doors and make them realize, because when you're awake and you know something, you cannot go back to being ignorant.
Yes.
It's so difficult. You can't pretend like you don't know you're not aware. Rather, you are at a place where you're seeking for more knowledge.
Yeah.
You understand? So
thank you so much. So we are coming to this last question that sometimes scares people, but we love it. People love it. If you had all the resources you needed, financial, personal, emotional, friendship, support, good health, you had no worries. You didn't need to do anything. What is it that you'll be doing? What would you be doing?
Something I've wanted to do. The guitar, piano.
Yeah.
I'm going to get that.
Yeah.
And tour the world, go to places I will not be able to go to.
So you learn to play this instrument?
Yeah, learn to play. I've actually told somebody, it's just because of the hustle, you see?
Yeah.
You see what I mean? Because you don't have the time. Now is a hustling phase.
Yeah.
You understand? So the question is, if there's no
need for that.
Of course I'm going to have time. What do I need to care? Nothing. Hop on the cruise and just enjoy my life.
So you'll take a guitar, learn how to play guitar,
on the piano.
Yes. Thank you so much, Princess Vanessa Brown-Ajise. Thank you for sharing with us. Thank you for being here, for opening and enlightening us with like new approach to healing, right? For the work you do. For in spite of the way the economy is in Nigeria, you are still one of those entrepreneurs that are like, no, we can create something from ourselves, from our resources here. Thank you for investing in that, and thank you for being here. Thank you for being.
Thank you.
Yeah, so that was it.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So that was it on Bold with Joe. I hope you liked our conversation. We talked about so many different things. So I want to know what you think, your perspective, your approach to some of these things. Drop a comment beneath. Don't forget, I told you to subscribe. That is the free way to support our work. Subscribe, share, drop your comments, and let us know when you want to drop a comment. Let us know the conversations that you want, what topics you want us to talk about. The guests, if you've got that special guest, you're like, I want to hear that person talk about something, drop it in the comments. Thank you. Bye.